Good morning. Welcome to another morning brew with your girl Germaine. And listen, if you are where I am located at in the cold in the snow, then this message is definitely for you today. So, I know a lot of people in the country is dealing with major snow. Yes. So even up here we got about 14 inches where I'm at. And I was speaking with another author this morning, they got about 18 and they are out in the Midwest. So, listen, today's a snowed day, snowing day. So, we're going to talk about it. Yes, snowed in. What can we do with our time? So, today's brew is going to be when stillness makes room for your story. So, that's one thing that snow will do. It will cause you to be still. It'll cause you to not want to go outside, right? So, if you are joining me and it has snowed where you are, you know what? As you're chiming in to the community, hey, just come in my comments. Let me know, where are you chiming in from? Do you have snow or do you have sun? Because some of my authors I've been speaking with don't have to deal with snow. But if you are somebody and snow is causing you to be still, then this message is for you today. And even those that don't have snow, they can tune in also, because you'll be able to take something away from today's message when stillness makes room for your story. We're going to talk about it. So if you're chiming in, hey, stop into my, into the community, into my comments. Let me know what you're drinking. It's cold. I have my turtleneck on. Yes. And I have my hazelnut coffee that's keeping me warm right now. So let me know what you're drinking and where you're chiming in from. If you're dealing with this snow, it's beautiful, but it's cold is all get out. It's cold. It's cold. So, hey, today, if you taking off from work, if work was canceled, school, wherever your work takes you, and you don't have to be in this snow, then hey, why don't you stop by? Let's have a conversation. We might get a little freezing up and stuff because, internet may be a little affected by all this snow going on. But I promise you, I won't hold you long. I'll just keep you for a short coffee break. I want to talk about pretty much using quiet moments to reconnect with your voice and your vision. Yes. Today, many of us are snowed in, as I said. And so, with you being snowed in, you probably already made some choices of what you're going to do with this snow day, right? And hopefully, most of you are just relaxing because that's something we normally don't do. We normally do not take a moment or pause to just relax. And that's what this day is for us, relax. While you are relaxing, why don't we think about our story? Why don't we think about the story that we want to tell, the story we want to bring forth for the into the marketplace, right? So, if you are forced, like I said, to slow down, to stay warm, to sit still, and while the world outside is quiet, something inside may be stirring in you. So, let's talk about it, right? Been spoiled. Up here, I'm in Connecticut. We've been spoiled. It has not snowed in a few years. I also listen with the snow. I decided to say, it's snowing. I got some things I definitely need to be working on, but why don't I share this with you today? And that's what I'm doing. So, snow days just really have a way of giving us rare what we rarely allow ourselves: time, space, and permission to think. Yes. Hey, Holly Richardson, my girl over on LinkedIn. So, would you say I am? Sounds like you're snowed in too, down in the Carolinas, huh? I am, or wherever you may be. But let's use this time wisely. So, this is the kind of day where ideas surface if you allow them. Hmm. If you allow your brain to just take a moment to slow down, to be able to think about some other things, not just the busyness of what we do all the time, but to really give your mind the opportunity to just take a pause. Let your mind take a pause, right? So, where stories may tap on your shoulder, because it's probably been getting after you for so long, that story. We all have one, and you've been running from yours. More than likely, you are someone that's been running from your story. So, where that book you've been carrying in your heart, finally, it has room to breathe if you let it. So, today, that's what I want you to do. If you are stuck in the house trying to stay warm, trying to find something to do, I want you to think about your story today. Your story, because you know that hidden desire that's there to be a published author, to be a best selling published author. The time is now. Hey, I'll coach you through the process. So, let's get into this. Let's get into our segment, Pour into Purpose. And I'm asking you guys already, if you are chiming in, if you're watching from afar and you feel that, I'm freezing up, listen, everything outside is freezing up too. So just bear with us. Technology is exactly what it is, technology. And you may get some pauses and some freezing. So, but hopefully it'll just run smoothly so we can get through this. So let's pour a little bit into purpose, right? Stillness creates space for clarity. Being still, guys, it's so important to slow down. Quiet days invites reflection. Slowing down, it helps us hear ourselves again. You should try it. You should try to take a few minutes. Now, if you are stuck on this day, just take a few moments just to hear your own thoughts, because we're constantly moving, doing. If you have a few minutes, just hear your own thoughts, okay? Your story will often speak louder when everything else is still. You see why stillness is important? Being still so you can hear your own thoughts. Okay. All right, let's continue to pour a little more. Your book doesn't need pressure, it needs permission. Give yourself permission to even think about your story. Give yourself permission. Self, I give you permission today to focus on you, your story. That's what we're doing today. We're taking advantage of this snow, storm. Some people may have gotten terrible rainstorms, but whatever it is, bad weather, giving you permission today to think about you and your story. All right. You don't have to write perfect. You don't. You don't have to write everything today either. And you don't have to begin thinking, dreaming, and imagine. Well, you do. I want you to begin thinking. Is as we pour a little more, support matters even in the early stages. Did you hear me? Support. Good morning, Leslie, over on YouTube. Support matters even in the early stages, right? Okay. So think about this. You don't have to figure it all out alone. That's why I said, listen, you need a coach. I'll be your personal coach through your book journey project, right? The life in the marketplace, right? And it all started from an idea. I know the video is sticking. I'd see myself and I'm stuck right now. So this is going to be a tough one to get through this because this weather is affecting also my internet. But I said, let me try. Unstick yourself, get unstuck. It's a message even in that, because some of us are stuck. All right, but like I said, I'm not going to hold you long. So tools and systems can remove being overwhelmed. And the right support protects your voice while helping you move forward. So let's talk about it real quick. So some people have a book, don't know where to start. And a lot of people are now integrating AI into helping them to write their stories. And like I said, it's not a whole lot of thinking anymore. AI will help you accelerate and get those ideas out of your mind to be able to help you put that book into a story. But remember, if you are someone that follows Morning Brew with Germaine, we talked about don't be afraid of AI. It's not going anywhere. But also understand this. This is my core mantra. This is my core that we stand by as we are incorporating AI into our ecosystem as well. Human led, AI supported, purpose driven, and also protecting your voice. Okay. Keep that in mind. Human led, which means it starts with us first. AI needs us. I'm not going to go into this. You might want to go back and listen to the other Morning Brew that we did on last Thursday. But human led, AI supported. So if you have a story and you don't know how to really take all those ideas, you don't know how to put them in book format, you don't know how to get the clarity you need, or really how to expound on that story, that's where AI can be a definite support tool for you. Okay, Chat GPT. Most people have it already. More people are using it, but may not fully understand how it works. So here, we're going to teach you about that. Okay, on through our relationship at HOV Publishing, even though we may talk about it on Morning Brew. But yes, we're going to help you through that because more people are writing books today than ever due to the support of AI. All right. So, but if you are someone cozying up, Leslie, I know you're down in the Florida area, so it's probably beautiful down here while we're freezing up here. Leslie, by the way, what is the weather down in Florida? Because we have 17 inches out, well, 14 inches outside. Some people have 17, some people have 18. So, but yeah, Florida is probably where I see myself right now and wish I was there, but I'm not. So I'm going to take advantage of this time and we're going to talk about what you say, sorry, but we're going to talk about how to use this time wisely and how to focus on getting your story prepared to go into the marketplace. Now, you're still going to need a publisher. You're still going to need guidance, someone to help you through navigate through, okay, now I have this story. What do I do with it next? Yes. So let me put some things up for you to be able to visit our website. Okay. And let me get more, actually, you can go through. Okay, you can visit us. Let me get this up here. For all those that, yes, you have a story, then you know what? Visit us at hovpub.com, hovpub.com, which is Hope Publishing. Make sure you stop by and visit us there if you need assistance. Someone to walk you through the process. Yes. And you can stop by our service page, see the services that we offer. If you want to self-publish or want to a publisher. So, but there's so much more that you can get over. The link for Morning Brew with Germaine, and you can chime in there and see what's happening there. All right. So I'll leave that up on the screen for a few minutes as we come into our segment of our reflection questions, which I see is not populating on this. Let me see. Okay, yeah, we're really getting stuck here. Okay, here we go. So our reflection questions, you know, I like leaving 2 questions with you to think about, to carry on through your journey and everything. So with that being said, let's get into the reflection questions. I see my screen is freezing up, and thank you so much for your patience for those that are chimed in. So, okay, let me remove some things. Yep, it's moving a little slow. I do see that. Not sure if you can still hear my voice though come across, but okay. Let's remove some things. Let's get this back up. I told y'all, I tried to warn y'all, technical difficulties. 80 degrees, Leslie. I'm sorry. 80 degrees in Florida. I am so jealous. Yes, Lonnie Jones 6372 on YouTube. We definitely need to go bombard Leslie's address. Oh my gosh, the snow is crazy. It's so beautiful. I know, Leslie. I know. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. This is our cross to bear, this snow up here. So we're going to carry it like champions and we're going to make use of it by starting to think about our stories and writing our stories. Yep, that's what we're going to do. We're going to be proactive. But please, everybody be safe out there, okay? So let's get into our reflection questions. All right, number one. If you had the time and space today, what story would you finally give attention to? If you had the time today, what story would you finally give attention to? That's a question for you to think about, okay? All right, let's get into question number two, our reflection question for you. All right, let's see. Question number two. What would it feel like to explore your book idea without pressure or expectation? What would it feel like? Yeah. When stillness is in position, stillness being in position will allow you to think clearly. It would allow you to feel like there's no pressure on you, no expectations. I'm going to just take a moment. I'm going to get a journal or a pen, or I'm going to get my laptop, and I'm just going to start letting the ideas flow. And like I said, if you are someone and you have Chat GPT, you have AI, Gemini, different AI tools that you can use, start putting your ideas in there and see the magic of what happens and watch your story start formulating right before your eyes. And if you're somebody that's afraid of it, and like I said, you need a coach, then you know what? You just need to stop by hovpub.com, stop by, engage with me, schedule an appointment with me so we can take this journey together. So you don't have to be afraid. Fair enough? Okay. All right, guys. So those are the two questions. Now let's get ready to go into our final sip because we're bringing it to a close. Okay. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day today. So, and I know just with the screen freezing up, thank you for just staying connected with me on this snowy day. Well, if you're in a market or an area that has snow, right, Leslie? But Leslie, enjoy the sun for all of us, that 80-degree beautiful weather. All right, guys. So let's bring this to a final close. And never be sorry, Leslie. You don't have to be sorry. You just happen to live in the right place at the right time while we're dealing with all this snow. So, all right. So let's bring this to a final sip. So if you're snowed in today, like I stated, let it be more than a day. Let it be an invitation to sit with a journal or laptop without urgency. Yeah, just allow your thoughts to come through. Okay. Connect with the story you have been postponing. I know about that postponement, constantly putting it off, constantly putting it off, constantly putting it off. But today, let's be intentional. Let's be intentional with thinking about your story. So you don't have to write the whole book today unless you want to. You can through AI. You can write your whole book today using the AI tools. All right. So also start listening to your story internally. Start listening to it in your mind. Okay. Start listening to that story. We all have one. What is yours going to be? All right. So you guys, you know how we do. We sip slow. So stay warm and present. Oh, sip boldly. Write one paragraph, one note, one idea. Don't overwhelm yourself, okay? Trust that support will meet you right where you are and when you're ready. So make sure you remember, we're here. I'm Germaine Miller Summers. Yes, I'm here, the host of Morning Brew with Germaine, but also I'm a book publisher, and this is my 18th year. We have almost 600 titles that's been published, and we have a lot of best-selling authors. Being one of my number one best-selling author. Yes. So we have authors that have been through the process, that have shared their stories and have become bestsellers. Okay. So I see that I'm freezing up right now, but guess what, guys? We're at the close. So you know what? We're going to take a pause so we can pour into purpose. I thank you all so much for just stopping by for a few minutes. Sorry for all the, inconsistencies with freezing up and everything, but thank you for staying in there with me. And we'll be back again tomorrow. So be safe, whatever you do today. Be safe out there, okay? All right, guys. Hopefully you'll have a few minutes to stop by again tomorrow. And I want to know, how did your day go with you thinking about your story, putting it down on paper or on your computer? I want to know. Keep me posted with that, okay? All right, guys. Have a great one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.